The movie begins in the Viking village of Berk, a tough, wine-battered place where battling dragons is a daily routine and survival depends on strength, steel, and fire. Berk isn't peaceful, and it definitely isn't quiet. In fact, it's under constant attack by dragons who swoop in from the skies, setting homes ablaze and stealing livestock. But here's the thing on Berk, fighting dragons isn't just expected, it's a way of life. You're either a dragon slayer or a disappointment. And right now, Hiccup, our unlikely hero, is struggling with the second option. Hiccup is the skinny, brainy son of Stoic the Vast, the mighty chief of the village. Where Stoic is large, fearless, and respected, Hiccup is awkward, clumsy, and constantly getting in the way. His ideas, usually involving wild contraptions and inventions, tend to cause more destruction than results. But deep down, Hiccup wants to be accepted. He wants to slay a dragon and prove to everyone, especially his father, that he belongs. During a massive dragon raid one night, Hiccup sneaks out against orders with one of his latest gadgets, a homemade cannon designed to take down the elusive Night Fury, a dragon so fast and mysterious that no Viking has ever seen it up close, let alone survived an encounter. To everyone's disbelief, Hiccup actually hits something in the sky. He's certain he's brought down the Night Fury, but no one believes him. Determined to prove himself, he ventures into the forest and finds the injured dragon, trapped in a net, unable to escape. Hiccup draws his blade, prepared to deliver the final blow, but when he looks into the dragon's eyes, something changes. Instead of fear or anger, he sees confusion, pain, maybe even fear. Hiccup can't bring himself to kill it. He cuts the ropes and sets the dragon free. That decision changes everything. Days later, he returns and finds the dragon still alive, but grounded. Its tail is damaged, making it impossible to fly. Slowly, a silent understanding begins to form between them. Hiccup names the dragon Toothless and begins sneaking off daily to see him. He crafts a custom prosthetic tail fin, allowing Toothless to fly again, only it requires Hiccup to ride along and steer. Through trial and error, laughter and near-death experiences, they learn to fly together, forging a friendship unlike anything either has known. Meanwhile, back in the village, Hiccup is enrolled in dragon training alongside other Viking teens, including the tough and competitive Astrid. But instead of fighting dragons, Hiccup starts using what he learns from Toothless, understanding their fears, their behavior, even their body language to outsmart and calm them. Suddenly, the once useless outcast is becoming the top student in the class, and nobody can figure out how. Even Stoic starts to notice. He thinks maybe his son is finally growing into the warrior he hoped for, but it's all built on a lie. Hiccup isn't fighting dragons, he's befriending one. Astrid, curious and suspicious, follows him into the woods and discovers Toothless. At first, she's furious, warning that dragons are dangerous and the village must know. But when Hiccup takes her on a ride through the skies on Toothless, something shifts. She sees what he sees. The dragons aren't mindless monsters. They're intelligent, emotional, and being controlled by fear. Hiccup explains that the dragons raid the village not out of choice but because they're being forced to bring food to a massive alpha dragon hidden deep in a mountainous nest. The smaller dragons obey it out of fear, but before Hiccup can do anything with that knowledge, his secret is exposed. During his final dragon training test, he's ordered to kill a captive dragon in front of the entire village. He tries to explain that dragons aren't evil, but when he refuses to fight, the situation spirals out of control. Toothless appears, trying to protect him, but is captured instead. Stoic, feeling betrayed, uses Toothless to find the hidden dragon nest, hoping to wipe out the threat once and for all. Hiccup is devastated not just because his father won't listen, but because he knows what they're walking into. That nest isn't just a dragon lair, it's the home of the Red Death, a mountain-sized dragon that commands the others with terror. As the Vikings launch their attack, they quickly realize they're no match. The Red Death is gigantic, furious, and breathes fire like a volcano erupting. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, Hiccup and his fellow teens mount their trained dragons and soar into battle. Hiccup rides Toothless, now free, and together they head straight for the Red Death. In a stunning aerial battle full of dives, flames, and close calls, Hiccup and Toothless use speed and teamwork to outmaneuver the monster. They draw it into the clouds, then pull it down to the ocean below, tricking it into crashing. It dies in a fiery explosion, but not before Hiccup is thrown into the flames. Toothless dives after him and saves him at the last second. When Hiccup wakes up, he's in his bed. He's alive, but he's lost his left leg. Instead, he has a new prosthetic just like the tail fin he made for Toothless. And outside, the village has changed. Dragons now fly freely through Berk. The people have accepted them. And Hiccup, once the odd one out, is now seen as a hero. Not because he fought harder, but because he dared to understand. The movie ends with Hiccup and Toothless taking off into the sky together, not as master and beast, but as friends, equals, and proof that sometimes changing the world starts with saving one life.